Thank you for tuning in to Exeter TV. Exeter TV is the town's public and government access channels, available on Comcast Channels 6 and 22. Channel 6 is your channel. If you have an idea for a program, want to host your own talk show, or submit a film, we're here to get your content on television. On Channel 22, we bring you live and replay coverage of government meetings and other town updates. A third channel, Blue Hawk Media, is operated by SAU 16 and can be found on Channel 8, with all your school sports, events, and meetings. You can watch Exeter TV online at exeternh.tv, Apple TV, and on Roku. Find us on social media for extra content. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell to get notified about live streams and new content. Tune in to our platforms every other Friday to watch the Exeter Biweekly Report, with recaps of recent events, updates from town departments, and messages from nonprofits in your area. If you head to our website, exeternh.tv, we invite you to sign up to our newsletter to receive monthly updates about new content, upcoming meetings, and more. We'd like to thank you for taking the time to watch Exeter TV and hope that you tune in to our other content as well.
to order at 5 p.m. Thank you, Exeter, for anyone that's joining us. I will make introductions at this point. To my right is Dave Short, and Darius Thompson, Vice Chair, is phoned in, so we do have him, and I'm Dwayne Staples, Chairperson. Any public comments? Seeing none, I'll move on to the agenda. Approval of the minutes of 8/20/2025 meeting. Does anybody note any errors or omissions? Nope. No? Okay, I'll entertain a motion to accept the minutes as written.
I'll move that.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Minutes are approved. Next item is coastal resiliency update. Darius, is there any update on that?
We met on Monday, and basically, through discussion, came up with the outline for 3 types of recommendations that they're going to present in a public forum and/or survey to get feedback from the stakeholders in the town and so on. So the recommendations that we agreed upon were: 1, what are things that we can do immediately and that would have a 3 to 5 to 10-year impact? What are things that could be done? The second option: what are things that could be done in a that would have a 10 to 20-year impact? And then third, what are the things that we could do or look at to what options would exist to have a 100-year or more impact? And so they're going to the consultants are going to work on putting together different recommendations, using that as a guideline, and then we'll seek input from the town and eventually come up with the recommendations that we can do, hopefully either one through plantings and other things that we could be doing to help mitigate sea level rise, and then other things that can be looked at long term that may actually involve more money.
All right. For the public input, will that be a meeting, Darius, or are they going to put out a survey, or have they not decided on that yet?
They're going to do both. There will be a meeting to be determined and identified. I think they're looking at the first one might be in November, but they will put out a survey as well, and I believe there will be a second meeting also with that.
Okay.
After the initial feedback. So it's we meet once a month, and it's the 3rd Monday of each month. So that's the schedule going forward.
All right. Thank you for being involved with that for us.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay. Next item on the agenda is the lawn area in front of the fence at the pump station where the sewer line came across. That has been delayed till spring due to the drought and the level 4 water restriction that the town had put on. I did talk with Steve Dalton about that, and we thought that that was a more prudent effort than to have them put the lawn in and run temporary irrigation when we've asked people not to water around town. So that will happen in the spring.
Yep.
Next item is the turnaround. I've received nothing. I have not talked with the DPW on that at this point. But we did say we were going to give that till November. Either Dave or Darius, have you heard anything?
No.
Darius?
No, I haven't heard anything either.
Okay. Next item is tree pruning and removal that Unitil had recommended. I'm going to ask Dave to talk to that. He did meet with the Unitil person. So, Dave, you want to give us an update on that, please?
Yeah, we took a walk along that yesterday, and it's basically going from the triangle at Summer Street north, down to the big open field down there. And they're going to leave alone the significant trees. There's the big birch, which is, they're going to be pruning that again. Then there's a rather large oak tree up the hill, and they're going to prune that up some. There's sucker growth on the sides, and there's one large limb overhanging the wires, and they're going to take that. And then there's another oak that is getting some size to it, but probably it can be able to be pruned in such a manner that it will not interfere with the wires now or in the future. And then removals are going to probably consist of anything that's shrub-like or doesn't get much above, say, 20, 25 feet tall. They're going to leave. Maple saplings, oak saplings, things like that, that before they come back again are more than likely to have grown substantially. They're going to take some of those in about 10, 15 feet maybe. And then there's, I want to say 3 or 4 big white pine that I think are a hazard, and they want to take those. Because that is one of the main feeder lines for town, and obviously nobody wants to lose power. So that's their plan. And, you know, we went over the pruning and stuff like that, and I'm reasonably confident that they'll do a good job.
Okay, Darius, any questions on that?
No, that makes sense.
Okay.
I'm good.
Okay. Next item I have is the block building, and I went back. I needed to do a couple things that I said I was going to do, and have kind of put it off. So I went down and I did check the receptacle on the outside of the building. Actually, that's a GFI. So the GFI was blown when I went down there. I fixed that, and then I went inside. I found the breaker that controls that box, and I shut that off. So that is shut off. I did reach out to Greg Bisson to let him know that. I didn't know if they might use it during their concerts or Beer and Chili Fest. He indicated that they really don't use that, so that is shut off at this point. The only other thing down there on the block building is if you look at where the garage door is, if you're standing in front of the garage door, to the left of that, there's a 2x6, I think, and it's kind of opened up. And if I'm not mistaken, I think that's been like that for a little bit. We probably should have somebody take a look at that and see if that can be filled with either a board or some type of caulking or something.
I'll take a look at that. I was down there the other day and I looked at, there's some touch-up paint on the front side. If you face the garage door, it's on the left-hand side, and there's a little touch-up paint I can do, so I'll take that.
All right, yeah, that's actually, if you're facing the garage door, you can see that opening on the left. It's on the left-hand side. I think it's gotten a little bit worse over the years. Mark, I don't know if you've seen that, but you know, I don't ever remember it being quite as open as it is now. All right, thank you, Darius. Next item on the agenda I have is, I went back, and I know you had brought up the landscape maintenance bid specs. I looked those over again. and you can go online and they're right online. I am comfortable with the way that they are put out. The only thing that I would suggest that we may want to change is under item number 3 of mowing, it states that weather permitting, the mowing should be done on the same day each week, and we have in parentheses Thursday or Friday. I would cross out Thursday and maybe change that to Wednesday, because with the gates in there now and during the summer with the concerts and the farmer's market, I just think that makes, Thursday is an impossible day. I don't think that.
What about making it just Thursday AM, so he has some flexibility?
I think if we take Thursday out altogether.
Yeah?
I just think that Wednesday or Friday, he's been mowing it on Wednesday.
Yeah, he mowed
I
it
think,
today. Yep.
It's not gonna.
I think Wednesday's good.
Yeah, it's not gonna grow that much in one day. So that's the only change that I would suggest that we might want to look at making in there. I think the height, we do specify a height 2.5 inches, which I think we should keep. I know, during the drought, it does turn brown, but there is a lot of clover down there, so the clover is going to grow a little bit different than the regular turf. So
He's cutting high right now.
well, and I would leave that up to the contractor too. We all kind of raise our heights during the summer. 2.5 is just kind of a
All around.
base height. So, Darius, if you want to look at that, and if you have any other input on that I would appreciate that.
I'll take that action item and look at that. And if there's any suggestions, I'll bring them for the next meeting.
All right. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, like I said, I'm pretty comfortable with everything else that's there. And I don't want to leave it up to the contractor to say whether he should cut or not. I think it should be one of us. And the reason behind that is because a lot of the bigger companies now, if you sign a contract with them and they say 26 mows, you'll see those guys, and you probably have seen those guys mowing even when the lawn doesn't need to be mowed.
Right.
Because the contract calls for 26 mows or 24 mows. So I think as long as we can have that ability to say, okay, let's call the contractor and don't mow this week, I think we should keep it at that.
Well, we're already doing that.
No, we are, so.
But that would be helpful to specify in the bid when it goes out.
It is in the bid specifications. There is language in there on that, but again, please take a look at that, and we can talk about that next month, because we're going to be putting that out in November. So if we want to make any changes, we can do it then. So the next item is item 11, any other business, and you said 5:08, so it's like 5:13, Darius. I am a little late here, but I did want to thank the tree committee. I don't know how many people know that that big birch tree is now the biggest in New Hampshire. We have that. I think you were on that email too, Darius, but let me know if you weren't. So we have a certificate on that. Dave, why don't you explain it, because you can do. You're with the tree committee there.
Well, it's Kevin Martin is the guy who's been heading up the big tree project in the state, and he's been cataloging all the largest trees of each species as he can find them, and he's working in conjunction with UNH. And that happens to be one of the trees that was submitted by somebody for consideration. And He examined it and said, yeah, it's the biggest one I've seen in the state. So, and they also have an engraved placard that, for, a minimal donation of $20 or something.
Yeah, yep.
They would provide, and I think we should spring for that.
I do too, so somebody want to make a motion?
That's my motion.
Do you want to Okay, so it's been moved and seconded that we purchase the plaque from, from whoever it
I
is.
think it's the Cooperative Extension, maybe?
Yeah, it wasn't really clear in the letter, but we can reach out.
There was a letterhead there.
Right.
And, yeah.
I think if I could make one other suggestion, maybe they can reach out to Bob Blackie and get some video of it and, tell the story of the river bridge, so.
Yeah, absolutely, and that might be, we can get the tree committee involved with that.
Well, it might be even, take it a step further, it might be even good to have them do a short segment on the work of the tree committee.
Yeah. Okay, I've kind of gone off track here a little bit. We have a motion it's been moved and seconded to buy the plaque. Any discussion on the plaque? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries, so we will purchase that plaque. And I agree. Anything that we can do to bring that forward to the public would be great. And, we took the initiative years ago to put that plastic chain around there. We actually, years ago too, and it's been a long time, I don't remember how long it's been, but we air spaded around that tree, so.
And they cabled it.
And it's been cabled, yeah, so, and maybe we can even, Mark, if we can get Bob down there to do a little bit of video, maybe we can get you that picture.
Yeah. I got the picture anytime.
Of it, because again, that's just a little bit bigger than a whip, Dave.
Oh, I remember you said that, yeah.
So, all right. That's everything that I have on the agenda for business. Does anybody, Darius, do you have anything else?
Yeah, I was personally contacted by friends of the Swasey Park that the gentleman who had donated the chain for that tree has some extra chain he's going to provide to me, and I said, all right, we'll take it, and if we need to use it, we have extra chain, so
All right,
that's it.
all right. Dave?
Yeah, the one thing I want to do is just confirm that we're going to have Will go in there for a day's work and take down some of there's that tree behind the housing authority by their parking lot. Unfortunately, it's on our side of the fence. That needs to come down. There's some small maples with pretty bad mechanical damage. And then there's a larger maple also. Will and I talked about, we don't go crazy with taking things out, but ones that are obviously goners or are hazards, it would make sense. And then spend some time on the oak trees, doing some pruning of the dead wood in them and stuff like that.
All right.
Oh, that was the other thing. The power company is also, any ash that are in that stretch there too are coming out.
That's fine.
'Cause they're going to die no matter what.
Yep, I mean, you drive around and you see all of these ash trees that are dead and overhang the roads, and yeah, it's kind of scary just driving around.
Yeah.
Seeing all of them dead, but I did go down and I did see the trees that you had sent pictures of with the ribbons. Yep, I'm good with that. Darius, did you see those?
No, I haven't. I'll make a point to get down, and when I get back, I'll look later this week.
Okay.
It's green ribbon.
Green ribbon, okay.
Yeah, there's not a lot of them, but I agree with all those. And I did, so that plum tree, That plum tree, actually, there is a marker there, and I asked my wife, because she had a little bit of backstory on that. The family had planted it for their son who had passed away. He was still in high school. The first one died, so his friends got together and bought the second one. And Darius, I had talked to Dave about this because I kind of knew that story, but I wanted to check it out with my wife. So we talked about us replacing that tree since it is a memorial tree. And Dave's feeling was, and I agree with this, that we need to be a little bit careful what we plant along there with the fungus and all. So I think
I agree totally. I have no issues with that.
I think we talked about a smoke tree in the spring, maybe?
Yeah.
Something that's going to be a little purple, it's going to be have a little purple in it, and we'll work on that. But yeah, that plum is got a tremendous amount of black knot, and it needs to come out.
Well, they're not long-lived trees anyway.
Right. So, all right. Anything else, Dave?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Oh, hold on. Next meeting is October 15th.
Hey, that's the last greatest day in the world.
Is that your birthday?
No, the birthday is the next day.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, that sounds fine.
All right. Okay, Dave.
Motion to adjourn at 5:21.
It's been moved and seconded that we adjourn. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Meeting is adjourned at 5:22 p.m. Thank you all for coming.
Thank you for tuning in to Exeter TV. Exeter TV is the town's public and government access channels, available on Comcast channels 6 and 22. Channel 6 is your channel. If you have an idea for a program, want to host your own talk show, or submit a film, we're here to get your content on television. On Channel 22, we bring you live and replay coverage of government meetings and other town updates. A third channel, Blue Hawk Media, is operated by SAU 16 and can be found on Channel 8, with all your school sports, events, and meetings. You can watch Exeter TV online at exeternh.tv, Apple TV, and on Roku. Find us on social media for extra content. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell to get notified about live streams and new content. Tune in to our platforms every other Friday to watch the Exeter Biweekly Report, with recaps of recent events, updates from town departments, and messages from nonprofits in your area. If you head to our website, exeternh.tv, we invite you to sign up to our newsletter to receive monthly updates about new content, upcoming meetings, and more. We'd like to thank you for taking the time to watch Exeter TV and hope that you tune in to our other content as well.